Hello and welcome back to the channel, it's me Lunas, and today we'll be continuing the vintage story run. So last episode we waited out the temporal storm and figured out a couple of strategies how we might be able to easily kill the stronger variants of Shivers and Drifters. The Botons are a problem in of themselves, but I'll find a way to deal with them. I've also been able to start efficiently mining granite rock. Mostly for my goal of making ashlar blocks, as those look really nice. I'm gonna continue this. I may speed this up. It depends on how long it takes. And then I'll get on with other plans for the episode. But like last time, I may not talk as much as my throat still hurts quite a bit. Yeah, we'll just get straight into it. Alright, so I did say before I wouldn't do another layer. I'm not actually going to do one. I just realized that I can't get under the center blocks, and setting up the pattern, or at least part of it for the next layer, is going to help me, if I can get in there, get under this and get the more pesky ones. Otherwise I would have lost out on quite a lot of material I could have used. It definitely isn't as bad as I expected it to be though. What is... Oh, that's probably the... daybreak. I need to get a lantern for next time I do this for sure. Not having a light in my offhand is making this kind of awkward. Oh, I'm out of space again. I'm not gonna have any space out here before long. Although we are practically done with this now. Just a couple more stacks of granite stones and maybe half a stack of actual blocks. Okay. Plenty of granite. I already had half a stack in there, and then I have 3 stacks of actual rock on me as well. Right, for the time being though, I need food. Why am I missing blocks on either side? I'm not sure. Either way, I might need to upgrade the lighting, because drifters can still spawn down here apparently. Oh, I need my torch. It's gonna burn out otherwise. You won't be able to get out of there. Right, that's starting to spoil, that's good. And those will spoil soon as well. That won't really make much compost at all though. Right, I am able to start harvesting a few carrots. I won't harvest all of them. to be enough for now. Right, this is the vegetable one. I'm gonna keep a bunch of them on me so I can arm the traps. And then I'm gonna need to make more. I think it's a chest. I'm gonna make one and double check the function first. Basically the only one I didn't check. Okay, that works. Right, I'll set those up in 3 locations. And then as for my other stuff, I have enough limestone, that's fine. I have like no space. For now I'll just throw those in there. I'll throw stuff in here as well. Are these done? Nowhere close. Even if I go out, I can't hunt bears still. Okay, I'm gonna put the carrots away. I'm gonna wait until the bows are dried before I go hunting again. Which obviously does mean it will be a very long time before I get any more leather, but I can live with that. Right, mortar is something we need. I'm pretty sure it's any type of sand, but I wanna make absolutely sure. Granite sand, yeah, and then slack lime. Quick lime. So I just need to cook lime on here, which is doable. Right, I am gonna head out then. Shame I didn't make an iron shovel. I am gonna need to make a couple of shovel heads. Right, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna need, but I don't think it's an absolute ton, so I'm probably only gonna get about 2 stacks. Because I'm not gonna use the ashlar blocks for the entire build. It would just be like the corners to make it look like it's reinforced. And like the lower parts of the build. That must have been where I mined out that annoying deposit of copper last episode. Not last episode, a few episodes ago. Can't remember if I checked that already. Right, I'm not really too bothered about the bear, because it should be nowhere near here. But I do have the health now to probably survive 2 or 3 attacks, like unarmed. Like, and still be able to run. I think it's more like survive 2 and then run, and then get killed on the 3rd, but that's still plenty. I did die on episode 2 to a bear, because it caught me completely off guard, and I hadn't played the game in a long while, so I was pretty rusty, but I should be able to react fast enough now, even if, like, I'm completely unprepared. Okay. And an extra one for luck. This doesn't look familiar at all. I feel like I've been over here quite a few times now as well. I do eventually want to get to checking the cave mouth looking things in the cliff. There's like 2 of them very close to the base. Obviously they could lead absolutely nowhere, but... yeah, it does look like it could potentially lead somewhere. Obviously my angle of sight on it isn't the greatest right now, but there's that. And then there's a clearing looking thing up there as well. And I felt like there was another one, but I can't remember where it was. Right, the bowls are done. I don't need them yet, so I'm gonna leave them where they are, because this is already getting very cluttered as it is. Right, I know for a fact that I need a barrel. So I'm gonna make another one of those. That can go there. And then I need slacked lime. How do I make that? Water I already knew, quick lime. So I cook 2 pieces of lime. Right, I don't have any that's already been crushed, so I'm gonna have to do it by hand again. Right, that is lime. Okay. 825 degrees. I don't think firewood. Nah, doesn't burn hot enough. I'm gonna have to use some brown coal. I still have plenty left, and I know where reserves are, but unfortunately that's the only deposit of coal in general I know about. I'll have to make charcoal if I run out, because I have very little black coal and I'm trying to save that. I didn't even put it on. I know I'm definitely gonna need more lime for the lime water soon, for leather making. I know I don't have the hides yet, but when I come back from hunting next time, I'm gonna have a lot of large and huge hides that are gonna use up a ton of the lime water, so I may crush some extra. It all depends on how much I need to use for slacked lime. I'm just gonna check the leather progression again to confirm that it's similar to how you make the lime for thingy. Yeah, so I just use the lime and dump it in the water straight up. And then no. Oh yeah, and then I cook it, and then that makes slack lime when I mix the quick lime. Okay, yeah, that works. So I just don't cook all of the lime at once. One liter plus 4. Oh. I'm not sure how much quick lime I need to put in there, but it might be quite a decent amount. I'll just have to bear that in mind, maybe not to put as much water in next time. But I should get a ton of mortar thanks to that. I probably won't have to mix up another batch for quite a long time. I feel like I've definitely done this before because I remember making ashlar blocks, I just couldn't remember the entire process. But I'm pretty sure I made a full barrel back then, and I think it was something like 350 plus mortar. Which, was a ton, basically. Oh, I forgot the function of the interface mouse then. I was really confused. I zoned out. Right, there we go. That's another stack. That's only produced like another 9. Wait, just to make sure. Slacked lime, 1 liter plus 4 is 4 liters. So I need 50 quicklime essentially, I believe. So just one of these is kinda slow. I'll just make another couple of temporary ones. Alright, you need one more. Right, don't actually need to cook up that much on each of them. So I'll just go for 10 on each for the time being. Right, hopefully that speeds things up considerably. And then I'm gonna try and grind up a little bit more limestone. Just while I'm in the mood to do it. Because I'm not gonna have I'm not gonna have this automated for quite a long time, I think. I think windmills are a very big investment. Especially in terms of the sales. And if I'm making one as well, I don't want to just make a giant column because that's gonna look awful. I need to make a decent looking build. Right, I'll go to half a stack and then I'll check on everything. I don't have a lot of time left though, so I probably won't be able to complete the mortar this episode. Hopefully it should be done basically immediately next time. It'll only be like 1 or 2 more basic steps. and then I can get to work building. Right. I'm probably gonna need more limestone in there for something else. So I'll store a stack in there to save space for the time being. We're still missing 22. Put another 8 on that. Put another 8 on that. I'll take those off. Actually, I'll split that. Right, it is basically time to end, so I'm gonna end here. I know it was a pretty grindy episode again, with all of the different material gathering, but it's something that needs to be done, and hopefully I shouldn't have to do any for a while after this episode. Yeah, thank you, Sue. Thanks you. I can't even speak. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking the episode and subscribing to the channel. It helps out massively, and I really appreciate it. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.